You like it with the music to come in? I'm gonna get my piano. Welcome back to another episode of the PO3 Podcast. My name is Marcus Marks. I'm wearing the same shirt today, and so is John. And that's because we filmed these in the same fucking day.
That was a lot. It would have been Marcus Marks. That's what happened, bro.
Remember you used to play that on your guitar?
Yeah.
Knock it off.
I'm going down.
Knock it off. Hey, do it. Do what you were doing before we started.
I can't do that.
What would that be called? Scatting? You're scatting a little bit, huh?
Is that what scat? I don't even know.
I think that's what scatting is, where like you're making the song, but without actually saying it. You're just doing the melody in words that aren't real. Anyway, welcome back to the PO3 Podcast. If you enjoy the content here on this channel, please like, subscribe, comment, share, show your neighbor, please. It really helps out.
Do it.
And you're, what's your name?
Just John.
I'm just John.
It's just John here.
Can I be John today? You be me.
No.
Okay. How about in that fucking episode where, damn, I keep cussing. How about in that episode where I asked you to get up so I could like edit you out and you're like, I don't want to. Did you watch it? You know, you haven't watched it yet? Oh, wait. That was the one I just put out.
Oh.
Yeah, it was 31.
Oh, released today then,
30,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out.
The one that
today.
came out today.
I'll check it out.
That's crazy. So
No.
today, episode 30 comes out. This is episode 35. So it's like, this is like, we're way ahead, dude. So whatever, though. You know what I mean? That's how I live my life. Quarter mile at a time. I'm trying to, now I want to quote Vin Diesel.
You embarrassed me. Because the buster brought me back.
It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
You almost had me. You never had me.
You never had your
You
car.
never had your car.
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should.
Which is so stupid. Do you know what double clutching is?
Yeah, you showed it to me one time, but I forget. Like,
It's to downshift faster, so the engine speed matches the transmission speed.
uh-huh.
So you know, like when you were driving your BMW, it was sick, right? If you just went from like 5th to 4th or 5th to 3rd, you would have that nasty jolt if you just let the clutch out, right? So then you would have to either let the clutch out slowly, and then the car would pick up an R. What you do for down or double clutching is you do all of that. So when you throw it into gear and you let the clutch out, the engine speed and the transmission speed already the same or more or less the same, so you don't have that nasty jolt. So it's basically clutch. You clutch, you gas in. How's it go? You clutch, you throw it into neutral, you gas it, like you rev the car hard, and then you clutch in again, so that's the double clutch. Then you throw the car into the gear you're going into, and then you let the clutch out, and that'll... It's a downshift thing.
So does it do anything for performance then?
It does everything you need to for not the kind of racing they're doing. You double clutch so you can go into a low gear from a high gear quicker, but it's useless in drag racing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Because drag racing, you don't need to downshift. You're only shifting upward to go faster.
Yeah.
And then granny shifting is just shifting really slow.
Oh, okay. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should.
Yeah.
You never had me. You never had your car.
Now me and the mad scientist gotta rip apart the block and replace the
Piston rings that you fried. 2JZ engine? No shit.
Actually, the 2JZ is a badass motor, bro.
Man, you should be going to like MIT or something, man. Nah, dude, I got that attention deficit disorder. Hey, ADD, that shit.
It's just something about hinges, man. Just calms me down.
The cigarette, dude. Like, oh, so over dramatic, bro.
Right.
I'm so scared right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to throw him right back in jail after he finds out what you did to him.
Yeah, it was a good movie, though. Corny, but good movie.
You remember that, like, that string on Twitter that we had a long time ago in like 2009 or 10. When all we do, like, we were just quoting that movie.
Oh,
like, on
me, you, and
Twitter.
Jake, right?
Yeah. Like, I think Andrew was involved in it too.
Overnight parts from Japan.
Oh, yeah. 2 Jay-Z engine? Oh, shit.
$50,000 and overnight parts from Japan.
Smoke them.
Dude, and then they ruined the cars. They actually had some good cars. Now, I don't know if they were the authentic cars, maybe just, cars that were allowed here in the States, but they had body kits, but they had a Silvia there. They had like a R32 and R33 that no one talked about.
Mm-hmm.
They had the RX-7 that Dom drove. The Eclipse, nah.
No, I don't. Yeah, I liked the green car they had. But,
the Eclipse.
Yeah.
If it was the GSX, which
he's running a Honda 2000.
Dude, S2K is bad, bro.
Yeah.
That's a bad car. And that's what I'm saying. The 2JZ motor that came in the Mark IV Supras were, to this day, bro. That's why Supras are still like $25,000 as a 20-some-year-old car.
I saw one the other day. It was pretty dope.
Yeah, Supras, like the 2JZ motor, bro, is a bad B, bro, for sure. 2JZ, shit. Like, it's a bad motor.
Especially if you got overnight parts from Japan.
Yeah, especially with the Motec system exhaust.
Oh, yeah.
And
spoon engines.
T66 turbos with NOS.
He walks in there all out of breath, too. Like, what are you doing before
He's
this
a
hit?
cop!
You mosey like a cop.
I was like, what? Snooping around. Like,
Brian's Earl Spilner. You a serial killer? Or some shit like that?
Would you put in that tuna?
Oh, yeah.
Damn!
Anyway, yeah, welcome to the PO3 Podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Jeopardy.
I came up with this game, and it's called Idiot Jeopardy.
And
I know this is a
Jeopardy.
I know this is a mental health podcast, but the last one we just had was pretty deep. So I wanna let me flatten the waters a little bit, have some fun here.
Joe Biden.
So the game is called Idiot Jeopardy.
Okay.
And what I'm gonna do
Idiot Jeopardy.
is throw out a phrase,
Phrase.
and what you have to do is guess the word from the phrase. So you remember how I mentioned to you Happy Cowboy? Jolly Rancher.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say something like that.
So,
and
if you said Happy Cowboy, I would have had to guess correctly
Jolly Rancher.
Okay. That's gonna be damn near impossible with you.
That's why it's called Idiot Jeopardy. Because everything is stupid. So
right.
The next one, feline phone line. Then I'll put the feline phone line.
I don't know.
Cat call. Like a cat call?
Okay.
A feline phone line? A cat call.
No, I got the continue. Okay.
Okay. Yelling chair.
Yelling chair?
You gotta really think deep.
Quiet seat? I don't know.
Seatbelt. Like if the seat was yelling, like when you belt something, yelling chair. Does that make sense to you? Seatbelt.
I mean, no, because the term in that one is like belt has a device that restrains something.
Belting, when like singers belt something, screaming.
But that's
yelling chair. You got to think deep, bro. This is Jeopardy.
I don't think it was a fair comparison.
Okay. All right. 3-foot spine.
Oh crap! 3-foot spine.
This one. Okay, I'm gonna really put the music. Backyard.
Okay, that one's actually kind of funny.
Because a yard is. You get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Because a yard is 3 feet.
Yeah.
Back isn't spine. Backyard. You're doing horrible at this game. Okay, you'll get better.
No, I'm not. I'm just not on your level. That's what I told you. It's be damn near impossible with you.
Let me look for an easy. Okay. Sexy caffeine.
I don't know.
Come on, this one's pretty easy. Sexy caffeine. Okay, so think of another word for sexy and caffeine. Hot coffee. That's the answer. Is that stupid?
Oh boy.
It makes sense, right? Sex. Okay. Professional hurting. Propane.
What?
Pro pain.
What does pain have to do with hurting?
Professional. Hurting. Like hurting. You're in pain.
I heard hurting.
Hurting.
Jesus. Okay.
Propane. Bland oxygen.
This is impossible because you're using multiple phrases to describe a single word.
You're going to love this one. The enemy has a sore throat.
Whoa.
The enemy has a sore throat.
I don't know.
Charlie Horse.
Jesus Christ.
Is that a good one? That's a good one. Okay. Last one. And I have more. I actually have a bunch. Okay. There's some prostitutes stealing my tomatoes.
Dude, there's no way in hell to guess any of these things right.
Garden hose.
See? Garden hose.
My favorite one is probably the enemy has a sore throat. Charlie Horse. Like, you know when you're hoarse? You have to clear your throat. Okay. Pantene K9. Hot dog. Come on, people.
Did I thought Pantene Pro V, the shampoo?
No, Pantene.
On to the next segment.
One more. If your teeth fall out, what can you use to put them back in? This is old.
Duct tape? I don't know.
Toothpaste.
Oh, okay. I should have got that one. Is this Reddit? Where'd you
No,
get
this is mine. This is a game I came up with. I didn't steal this. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this one.
Yeah, could be it.
And that concludes the segment of Idiot Jeopardy. If you guys want to play along at home, submit your name, and then we'll throw out some prizes or something. We'll give out some free iPods or something.
Yeah, we have lots of those laying around, by the way. There's tons of iPods on deck.
Anyway, yeah, I wanted to start this podcast off on a lighter note.
I would have, dude. Yeah, I told you there was no way in hell I would have ever been able to guess anything that was coming off that list. But
it is. It's like Jeopardy, but backwards. No, because in Jeopardy they
ask you a question and they want an answer.
I wanted an answer.
So I guess it is Jeopardy.
Yeah, Idiot Jeopardy.
Oh man,
'Cause I'm an idiot. So, that's pretty good, right?
that was funny.
What was your favorite one?
I don't know. I don't know why garden hose stood out to me.
There's some prostitutes stealing my tomatoes. Garden hose. They're in my garden being hosed.
Someone could get their boy.
Come get your mans.
Whose mans is this right here?
I had another one that was pretty good, but I'll save that for next week.
All right, I'm ready.
I'm trying to look through my notes, like see what else I wrote in here.
Oh, that was a good laugh. Got me lightheaded a little bit.
I'm looking for the funny stuff. Most of this stuff is not funny. Yeah, most of this stuff is not funny.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was the only thing that I had. Other than spaghetti is just long pizza, like, and that is just. I mean, that's right though, right? Like spaghetti is long pizza. It's not.
How?
Okay, you got your sauce.
Okay.
You got your cheese, and you got your bread.
Where's the bread?
On the
spaghetti?
side. Garlic bread and spaghetti. Come on, bro. And you got your meat lovers with the meatballs. You put that all together.
It's
like a pizza.
It's nothing like a pizza.
It's got the same flavors. Spaghetti is just.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, that was drama. But spaghetti is just long pizza.
We actually had a discussion like this. Okay. It was like a 2-week long, like I'm talking argument at work. Are meatballs and meatloaf the same thing?
They're just different shapes.
Okay, that was the common thing. There's a few people saying that they were different.
Changed my mind.
No, because I was on your side and I was saying that they're the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, To me, that's why I said spaghetti is just long pizza. Again. It tastes...
I don't. I've never had pizza. I never ate spaghetti like, this tastes surprisingly a lot like pizza.
Well, then fuck Pringles because they put a thing on the thing that says, on the package that says pizza Pringles. It doesn't taste like Pringles. It doesn't taste like pizza. You know?
Yeah, so they're neither. Well, then they're Pringles. They're just not freaking...
But they taste nothing like pizza.
Neither does spaghetti, bud.
But it's the same ingredients. That's their whole point.
They don't have the same ingredients in Pringles.
How do you know? Do you work for Pringles?
I can read the label.
Go get some Pringles, bro. Next week, we're going to include this argument. We're going to have a box of... I'm going to tell my fiance, come on with a thing of Pringles. Nah, okay, that's fucked up. That's going too far. You know what? No. Wait, no, because I'm not going to eat them. So I'll feel bad.
We'll just Google the ingredients of...
Stupid. Okay, let's see.
Nutrition facts of Pringles.
Pizza Pringles. I don't apologize. Are pizza Pringles good? Let me see what they said. Pizza Pringles proved to be an anomaly to testers. Well, no wonder, because it doesn't taste like pizza. The flavor of these crisps wasn't exactly pizza. It felt somewhere between Totino's pizza rolls and pizza Lunchables for all of you 90s kids. Speaking of Lunchables, did you ever pack those? Like you didn't like those?
I liked them, just it was never in my inventory for lunch.
What did you have for lunch?
The cafeteria food.
Dude,
I'm kind of like that, bro. All right, go ahead. Here's a $4 box of freaking crackers and cheese.
Did you go to Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, remember when they used to have the pizza, like the square pizzas?
That was the best,
Nobody liked them.
I did.
Okay, well, I went. Nobody liked them, bro. So I would walk around when it would be pizza day and just have my tray out, and whoever didn't want their pizza, I would just tell them stack it. I remember at the end of one lunch, I literally had a stack like this.
Those pizzas were bomb, bro.
Of all the pizzas, bro. Everyone gave me their pizzas, and I had like hella chocolate milks in the bags.
I remember I hated those bags at first.
I loved them. Because then you could just like throw them at people if you wanted. You never had a food fight either?
No.
I don't think
we were pretty civil for fourth graders.
The first time I ever met Sean, he was making fun of the lunch lady. At Jackson.
Like to her face?
He was just, I don't want to get into it, but he was making fun of the lunch lady, dude. And that's how I met Sean.
So you knew Sean from Jackson?
I knew him from Jackson. Yeah, I knew like all you guys from Jackson.
I don't remember you from Jackson.
I don't know.
I hung out with everybody that we still hang out with to this day.
I don't know. I mean, did you go to, what middle school did you go to?
Whams.
You went to Whams too?
Mm-hmm.
Shit,
went to Whams.
Okay, so when I was in 8th grade, were you in 7th? Well, that's probably why then. Because I was a grade higher than you guys.
But you knew Sean.
Yeah. I don't know.
When did you not progress forward?
4th grade. So this was after.
So we would have been in the same grade.
I went to Jackson in the 6th grade.
So we would have been in middle school together.
Nah, we were never in the same grade. Yeah, we were never in the same grade.
You just said you got held back in 4th grade.
Yeah, at a different school.
What difference does that make? I'm fucking lost right now. This is a disaster. What?
This is a disaster.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm laughing. What difference does it make though? Seriously?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Oh, so that was a real response? Oh, I'm crying. I can only imagine what my face looked like when I did that.
I don't want to look at you. Right now.
Dude, my glasses are all fogged. Look at.
I'm crying, dude.
Okay, me too. Okay, so. Okay, so we would have been in 7th grade together if that's the case. No matter what school you were held back in. Fucking okay. And we're back. Yeah.
Where do we go from here?
Back to the conversation.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know, dude. Fuck. All I know is that I met the majority of you guys at Jackson Elementary School, and then like we became closer through sports and stuff. That's what I remember. I remember my dad, bro. Like he was so dope. Like he used to bring us. I don't know if you were on this team, but for practice, he would or even during games, like he would give me creatine and like pre-workout before the game, and then he would go to Costco and buy like a bunch of these, like the monsters, and he would just hand them out to us and stuff. So I'd just be like bouncing off the walls and shit, dude.
I played ball with you and
shit
with the Yankees.
Oh, really?
The first, yeah, because I remember I was playing for. I was playing 8th grade ball with Coach Castillo, and I think we had a game. I don't know why, but I was at the.
I'm hot.
I want to say Anthony Screech. I want to say he was also on the.
Oh, his dad didn't his dad coach or something like that too?
I believe so. And then we had that one. Was it the guy that said the crackhead dude with the big truck? What was his name?
Who?
The one they said they got fired. He got like arrested.
Crackhead
Jimmy?
Dude with the big. Oh, I didn't know this.
Yes, he did.
It was my dad's friend.
No, the Marine guy, right?
No, that's Charlie. He died. Yeah, he.
Yeah, Coach Charlie. Yeah. So he died.
He killed himself.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
So, but
the other guy, the young dude, Jimmy, right?
Yeah. There was another guy named Jimmy that
the
came
young
out
dude
and coached.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was my dad's friend. What about him?
Those were the coaches. It wasn't Screech's dad. It wasn't Screech's dad.
Okay. I don't know, dude. I played so much baseball over the years, like literally from T-ball all the way to high school. Every single year consecutively, I played. Every single year, dude. I'm not even kidding.
I remember I want to say Screech, he was on the middle school team with us with Coach Castillo. And I think he said come out or something like that. I just got done with a game or practice with the team and they showed up there. And I started playing ball with you guys like randomly. And then Jimmy's like, hey, you got to come play for us. I think there's still time to enroll you in Babe Ruth. And that's how I started playing with the Yankees. Initially, I went to one of your guys' practice, and I was out there like diving for balls. And he was like, we need you on the team. We need you on the team.
Did you ever hit a home run?
I've only hit a home run during practice.
I've never hit one.
I've only ever... The way I was taught to swing with my cousin, shout out Dave, was to get on base, wasn't to swing for the fence. My swing came down, so
Accuracy.
I wasn't hit. It was more like if you hit
Consistency.
the ball up, it's likely to be out. So if you make them feel the ball, you give more greater chance for error.
Yeah, that's what I was taught too. But I mean, because I never had a home run, I always wanted to hit one. And I worked out every single day, 9th grade, so I can hit a home run the next year. But I didn't have the grades. So the next year I didn't get to play. So I got buffed too. Like my dad had me in the gym every single day for like probably a year straight, dude. And then people started calling me buff guy and stuff. And that's kind of where my working out, like learning how to like love working out came from. It was all for baseball and stuff. And I never got to see like, cause I wanted to hit a home run so bad, dude. I never got one. I was like, dude, it's gotta be a good feeling. Because you remember Daniel Neves?
Mm-hmm.
He was always hitting them out of the park,
He had
dude.
a good swing though too. He had a real good swing.
And then remember Justin Weber?
Oh,
God damn, dude.
Dude had a fucking 6-pack in 3rd grade.
Dude, I'll never forget this though. I went back and forth from pitcher to catcher, and one night we were playing them right there off of Cherry Street, and Jensen, right?
Yeah, Rotary Field.
Yeah, Rotary. And I was pitching.
This must have been Little League.
Yeah, it was. And I was pitching, but Justin Weber was on the opposing team, and this dude was jacked, bro. Like he looked like a superhero to us because I was a skinny kid, man. Like I'm only 5'7" now, and even like back then I was shorter and skinnier. And this guy was complete opposite. I don't know if he was tall, but he was huge.
Yeah, he was just built.
He was jacked. And he was like the talk of the town when it came to sports back then. And this guy was like known for like smashing balls out of the field, you know, whatever sport it came to, tackling the hardest, running the fastest. So like in my head, I had him built up. And I was pitching one night and we were playing them. And the first pitch I threw to him, he fucking chucked it out. It went out. And then I was like, fuck, dude, I lost my confidence. Came up again and I struck him out 3 times in a row, bro. I was like, fucking, I got you now, dude. Like he wanted to hit a home run off me so bad again. I was like, no, I can't let this happen, bro. So I fucking struck him out 3 times. I'll never forget that, bro. It was like slaying the giant, dude. Like that's how it felt, you know. As a young kid, I was like, I just took this dude down, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah,
because he was so big, dude, and he like you knew if he touched the ball, it was going out.
Yeah, I hit it during practice. The only ball I sent over the fence was during practice. It was at the high school, so it was a legit like 300-foot, you know, little bomb. I mean, it was a bomb, I guess, by going over the fence, but it wasn't like a bomb. It was for all-star practice.
We
were
you
out
played
there.
all-stars too?
Mm-hmm. I played in all-stars in Little League, and then for Babe Ruth, the first year I played with you guys, I went to the all-stars. And yeah, that's when I hit that one over the fence. It was the only one I've ever done though during BP. So and pitches aren't throwing that crazy during BP. So you know,
I've hit one to the fence where it hit the fence, but I never went over that. Like it was it. I played so the last time I got selected to play for all-stars was in high school. It was a freshman ball or something like that. But that's when Josh Diaz was on the team. Richard Ramirez was on the team. Josh Morales was like, we had a bunch of good people, dude. And I was a catcher. And even Adrian Luna was on that team. And we all went to the All-Stars. And Luna had like a crazy curveball, dude.
I didn't play in that one. I didn't play that year because I skipped a year.
Bro, I remember the first time I caught for him, I was a catcher. And the first time he threw a curveball, I thought I was going to like have to jump up and like get out of business. But that shit just came right back down, dude. Like I was like, oh, like I'm dealing with another like type of mechanic here. And I got selected for the All-Stars, and then it concluded, but they pick another batch of kids to go from like regular All-Stars to district All-Stars.
Mm-hmm.
So I got selected, me and Luna, and I was like, oh shit, dude, here's like a good opportunity to like travel and stuff and like see what my full potential is. Because at that point, like I said, I had been playing since T-ball, so I was really like fucking seasoned as a catcher. And then Coach Wild, like we discussed, was coaching me and stuff. So he was like, he was like pushing me and stuff to be a better catcher. And then that year, I guess the dude who was like running the district All-Stars, he ended up getting into some shit or whatever, got arrested, and they shut the whole thing down. So I never got to play it. So so I never got to see my strength the next year, and then I never got to play my district All-Stars, and that was the last time I ever like played sports. So, but it was a good way to end it.
I was playing my sophomore year. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was. Because that was actually because of my birthday. I was able to squeeze into one more year of Babe Ruth because the way my birthday fell.
The way your bank account's set up?
Mm-hmm. So I was like an old man playing against fucking kids.
Like on Bad News Bears?
Yeah,
I am 12.
Yeah. So I was playing and I forgot who the coach was at that time. But because I remember when I was warming up, the one thing I had was I had I want to say a halfway decent arm. And we were warming up, and I had the coaches like, dude, you're throwing like the ball. You could hear the ball flying when I was throwing it, but I played outfield and second base, and they were like, hey, have you ever pitched before? And I was like, no, I don't. Like, would you be interested? And I was like, dude, it's kind of late in the game to start learning pitches. Like pitchers at this point in time have been pitching for a while, so they already have a breaking ball of some sort. You know, like I'm only gonna be throwing 4-seam fastballs, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 seams get a little movement, but like, and so I was throwing heat. So I remember for who I was playing with, but they mentioned that to the coaches in Babe Ruth, and they're like, hey, come pitch an inning. Like the day of the game, I didn't have any practice. So like we want you, dude, it is so much different pitch, you know, pushing off the rubber on the mound than it is just throwing flat ground.
Mm-hmm.
So all the speed that I was used to having was throwing me off because I wasn't used to stretching that far. Like I had my mechanics for throwing a baseball for distance and like for, you know, from one base to another, not coming down off the mound. And I remember I was the first couple when I found my little groove, it was like they were zipping by the people. But that's it. They were just fucking fastballs. So once you figure it out, oh, he's just gonna be coming more or less somewhere in the middle. Yeah, bro, it was a bloodbath for me on that one.
Were you able to hit from? Did you play center field or left or right?
I played
field?
right.
Were you able to hit the catcher from there?
Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
That's a long throw, dude. Like without a bounce?
It would depend on where I was at in the outfield. Like,
or did you hit the cut? Did you need to hit a cutoff, man?
It would. Well, again, it would depend on the play.
Oh, okay.
But and again, it would be dependent on where I was throwing the ball from.
But if you wanted to, you could throw from that position all the way to the catcher. I don't think I was ever able to make that that long of a throw.
Now, if obviously if it was a greater distance, you'd have to have more arc in the ball to get it there without bouncing. So it would sometimes be more beneficial just to get it there faster with a bounce. But that would be if I was shallow right, mid to shallow right field. If I was coming in on a ball, then I could hit home plate. But
you remember this kid named Dump?
Yeah, Thomas.
Poor kid, dude. Who gave him that nickname, dude? His nickname was Dump.
He gave it to himself in a way. I remember they were asking him.
Preston was always like, remember Montalongo?
Yeah.
Like that dude was like, they were homies, I think, though, but he was just like always calling him Dump and shit. And that's how it got stuck in my head.
I forgot where we were, but I forgot what movie it was, but they were talking about someone taking a dump on somebody's chest in the movie. And he brought that was the part of the movie he chose to bring up. Like dumping on someone's chest, what the fuck? So bizarre. That's where he got his name, was from that particular conversation and started calling him Dump.
I know him. Well, right?
Thomas, yeah. Thomas.
I've known him because
last name?
I remember him because he knocked himself out with the bat. Like he was swinging and the bat, for whatever reason, it ended up going up and around him and hit him in the head. And then he like knocked himself, like he hit himself really hard in the head with the bat. And
That'll do it.
but it was just so funny and typical because like his name's Dump. He's like a nerdy kid. He's like hella skinny and shit. And then he knocks himself out with the
Dump.
bat, dude.
Yeah. I remember one time in Babe Ruth, bro. I was playing again. I forgot what team they were, but I was playing against Richard Romero and Juan. Was it Juan? I can't think of his name right now. And he was pitching, bro. And I was always the kind of person, like, I'm playing for the team. So if it was close enough for me to lean into it and take the hit, I would do it. But this one was like, I didn't have to lean, bro.
Was Richard pitching?
No, it was that dude. What was his name? It's like at the two. I want to say it was Juan, but I can't.
I think it is. I don't know.
They play on the same team and they were homies. We all went to high school together.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, this thing, I turned because it was going to hit me regardless. I was like, I'll take it in the back rather than the arm. Hit me. I take my base and I get to first base. And that's what Romero was playing. Richard was playing first base. And he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, that shit hurt, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I know. All right, bye." And he went back like he wanted to come ask me that question at first base.
My dad, because he used to coach us too for the Yankees, remember? We were always trying to get JJ to lean into the ball so he could take a hit. You remember? Take one for the team.
JJ?
Yeah, remember JJ? And he would always take the hit, bro. Like every single time. We're like, fuck yeah, JJ. Like he always took the hit or took one for the team, dude.
Yeah.
We had such good times playing baseball.
The first year I played with the Yankees, I was actually like a good sport, but I developed a little bit of an ego. So when I played, you were already done by that point. When I played again, dude, I was like arguing with the umps for what I thought were stupid calls. Like I wasn't like hustling out of the batter's box anymore. I was walking, throwing the bat.
Why, dude?
Because I was just like, I get on base. Like I'm grown. I'm grown. Like I thought I was the shit, bro. Right, and they told me that's why to make the All-Stars because the coaches,
your attitude.
All the coaches they pick the people that go to the All-Star team, and so I was, hey, he's good. Like yeah, but his attitude sucks, and that's why I was trying to get to. Because I was like, why the fuck did I make the All-Stars again? Like I'm arguably the best person here, And they're like, yeah, because your attitude sucks, dude. And I was like, oh, okay.
This episode's called Humility.
Right?
I was actually never one to like brag. Like I was like actually pretty quiet on the baseball field.
No, because the first year I was there, I was just trying to be a team player. And then just like, dude, we lost a lot. So that was also frustrating as hell was we couldn't string together.
Dude, I don't think I became like the guy until after high school. Because then, like dude, I wasn't like this in high school at all. I was the complete opposite, dude. I was quiet. I was nervous. I was like fucking self-conscious, unconfident in high school.
Dude, you want to talk about... Diaz, dude. I remember we were playing high school ball. It was right before a game, bro. There's family there. We're warming up for a game, and him and I are warming up, bro. And I'm getting ready for the game. So like after the first 10 minutes or so, I'm starting to throw some like banging them out, boom, boom, throwing some heat. Well, Josh is doing the same, but one gets away from Josh, bro. Like this ball went into.
I know what you're gonna say,
dude. His dad, like, bro. I was just kind of sitting there, like he just like embarrassed the hell out of him, dude. Like, why can't you throw like him? Why are you throwing like that? How many leagues we play? And he's just like, bro, and like, he's yelling. It's not quiet, And so like people are looking, Josh, and I'm just sitting there like, and Josh was hanging his head down. Like you can see him getting frustrated, because like I don't want to make this mistake, but then I don't want to make this mistake because his pops is gonna
I just vividly remember Josh never enjoying the game because his dad was always on his ass about whatever. And my dad would always tell me, like, it's fucked up, but like he was always telling me, like, I never want to be like that because he's creating you're breaking his confidence with what you're doing. You're fucking him up, dude. Like whether or not you know it.
Well,
and it's not surprising to me that Josh went on to do what he did and why he was so jacked, he into fighting and shit. Like,
well,
it makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, he also got jumped at the school.
What do you mean?
He was getting picked up for, I forgot what, I think it was football practice. He was at the back of the school. You know where the blacktop was? Where like all the NJ guys would do all. Well, I was an NJ guy, so we do all the marching and stuff. Uh-huh. He was walking through there to the football fields, and he said he got jumped by a group of Mexicans. Just woke up on the floor, and they stole his iPod and all his crap. Yeah, and so he said ever since then he wanted to be, because Josh wasn't tall in high school yet.
Oh, he wasn't.
Mm-mm.
He's like 6'2" though, right?
Yeah, he's big now, but he wasn't the guy that we know today.
Makes sense, dude.
So he was smaller, so he was like, I need to get as big as I can so people don't want to mess with me anymore. That was a big. Well, I'm sure whatever happened with his dad, it probably had helped out too. But that was like, you remember him telling me that's why he got big. He's like, I don't want to get jumped again. I want to be able to defend myself.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Now that you say that, I didn't know that. Yeah, dude. Did you ever get fucked with in high school like that?
Nah,
I didn't either. I mean, there was a few instances here and there, but like I was pretty much cool with everybody. Like for the most part, I was like, I don't know, dude. I was just so unconfident. I didn't really want to start problems with anybody, but like, so I was just in my own world, man. But I never really had that. Like I never really got bullied like that.
No, neither did I. Matter of fact, I was always starting stuff for other people on other people's behalf.
Oh, you mean like be the one to speak up first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think I ever had that as a kid. Like I never, like I said, bro, I just always kept to myself, which was weird growing up because my dad was the complete opposite. Like the shit I saw him do growing up would like fucking trip me out. Like a lot of the times I was always scared to go out anywhere with him because I knew he was like, his fuse was very short. Like a lot of times he's got into, I can't even count the times that I've seen him like get into shit with people. You know what I mean? Just because he doesn't tolerate any shit, from anybody. You remember Christian Pacheco?
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time, dude, it was a baseball practice, and then we were dropping him off at his house, and he lived like in the hood. Remember, like the bad part of town, and we would always give him rides and shit. So we were going across town, and we're dropping him off, and we get into his part of the neighborhood, and this girl is getting like severely beaten by like 3 other girls. And she's on the floor and she's screaming and they're pulling her hair and they're kicking her in the face, bro. And I'm just like, me and Chris are just like in the backseat, just like watching this shit. My dad like immediately stops, like halts the car or his truck, and he gets out and he's like trying to, help this girl. He's like trying to pull her into the car and shit. He's like, come with me, like please, and this and that. And then all kinds of guys, like all the gangbangers in the neighborhood come. All of them do, like a lot. And start rushing my dad and shit. And he just kind of like looks at him like, no fear, dude. I was like, what the fuck is wrong? You get in the truck. Like, and like to the point where I was like, I'm about to hop in this motherfucker and just leave myself, bro. And he had no fear, bro. It was like a pit bull. I was like, okay, he's cut from a different cloth. Like it didn't faze him at all. He realized at that point though, he has 2 kids in the car. It's not worth it at this point. So he just nonchalantly just turned around, got back in the truck, took off, and they started throwing shit at the car, bro, and yelling shit. Throwing up gang signs and like, it was bad, dude. Like it could have went very badly for him. And then we dropped him off and then that was it. He didn't even speak a word of it, dude. Like we just got home and I was like, I guess that's it, right? But like there was so many times where we got into incidences like that, like with my dad, and I was like scared to go out with him because I knew like he had no fear and shit. But going back to my point, it was weird because I was the opposite. Like I was never trying to start with shit with anybody, you know what I mean? Unless I had to. I just never had that in me until I got out of high school. Like I completely changed when I left high school.
Yeah, I mean, that's been something I've always been been a part of, you know.
What, like shit starting?
No, like not starting shit. Just like, dude, I got in my first fight after high school, and yet I was always like Andrew had beef with a hell of people for some reason, and I remember Andrew.
I was one of them.
We went to
at one point, like a long time ago.
So him and we went to.
That's weird that you say that because Andrew was like, "Why?"
He's got a bit of a mouth on him too,
maybe.
Though. But remember, it was freshman year. We went to Greenwood Park.
That was the park.
And my neighbor across the street, JJ, he'd been in plenty of fights, and he's kind of walking out through like, hey, this, that, and stuff, and we're all kind of sitting there, and then the squad of the dude shows up that he's supposed to fight, and they're like negotiating the terms. It's kind of like, you know, no kicking. No, it wasn't even that. It was just kind of like shit talking. Like basically, what it was, and if I remember correctly, was Andrew crossed someone's name out in a yearbook.
Oh, okay.
And
I know, yeah.
And so that was like a no-no apparently.
Mm.
And so there was beef about that, and it's like you guys already had it. We're so mad to set up the date and time to show up to fight, but you're gonna still talk about. So why'd you do it? You know, like
stupid.
I feel like we're past this point already. We're all here.
Yeah.
And there's this dark skinned dude's his name was Alfredo, and I can't remember his last name. And he was talking shit to Andrew, and I I come on, you shut your mouth. And he's like, no. I was like, no, like they're handling their shit, you know. And I was like, if you want to handle something, you're talking shit. We can go handle something. Oh no, I'm good. It's like, I ain't never been to fucking fight myself. Like I'm over here defending everyone's honor, and you know, but like, but it was just my thing. Like I just didn't like. I remember even Andrew later on in high school had some beef with somebody else because of one of his exes, and this was like in our senior year. So if I would have got caught fighting, I would have not been able to walk for promotion.
Oh wow,
nothing like that. And I was still out there, and he's like, I don't got to beef. I was like, nah, you got beef with him. You got beef with me. I'm not gonna sit here and watch you talk shit to this dude while in my presence. You know what I'm saying? You're talking shit, and it's offending me. So we're gonna have some issues. And you know, I was shorter then than I probably was now, you know, and so like, but I just always had in me. I just don't stand by and let people do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I always try to get in and help somebody where I can. So
yeah,
I've been fortunate where it's never really backfired to me, but.
Oh yeah, because you've heard some. I mean, we both know of some stories where it went wrong for people in a very bad way.
You know, that's a risk that I'm willing to take for that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I feel all too often people watch it, they make comments about something that they're witnessing take place and before them, and their first reaction is to turn to their phone and record the instant rather than. I think the person would rather you help them stop them getting their ass kicked versus you pulling out your phone and recording and saying, "Hey, I got evidence for you."
Oh yeah.
And so like, I couldn't sit there and watch a complete stranger get their brains bashed in. And just be like, well, I'm too scared to help. It's like, dude, like, it takes one good kick, one good hit to the head to end someone's life.
And that happened to a friend of mine before. They kicked him in the head and he died because of that. You know what I mean?
In high school?
Yeah.
Pablo?
You know. That's Chris's cousin. So it's like, bro, like you hear about that shit and it's just like.
Yeah, he was actually stabbed before that.
Yeah,
you
but
know,
they said what
they killed him was the kick to the head.
Yeah. And it's fucking sad, bro. But like, I mean, I've been in my fair share of fights. Like before high school, after high school, but I've never provoked it though. That was the thing. It was just like, if it needs to happen, it'll happen. But I was never one who was ever into like being a bully or something like that. Like I'll never go out of my way to start shit with you.
I lied. I was in a fight in 6th grade when I was going to school in Reedley. And
you went to school in Reedley?
Yeah, I went for like a year between. I went like halfway through 6th grade and came back halfway through 7th to WAMS. And this dude's name was Nick Hawkins, and he was just a little.
Sounds familiar.
He was a PO. Because I still don't like him to this point because of it, right? But dude, he was picking on one of the homies, right? And they like was like just. I can't say pick. It was annoying him and kept like talking trash. Right. I remember playing soccer and I was like, dude, like here he told you to leave him alone. Like he's like, no, it's got nothing to do with you, you know. And he keeps going at it. And the guy was like not clearly defending himself. And so I remember I went up to him and was like, dude, I'm not gonna tell you again. So he pushed me. I says, do not push me again. And he pushed me and I hit him. And then
what an idiot.
we little scuffle ensued. Then we stopped it. And then people ran and told the yard duty.
Yard duty,
right? So they came out, you know, and got us after the fact. It wasn't like they separated us. We were already playing soccer. You can kind of like
you got off on a technicality.
No, so we went to the principal's office. Mr. Kennedy was a principal, dude. That dude was like a scare. I remember him. I like the image I have of this man to this day is like, that dude's still a scary ass looking dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I remember sitting in the office, just like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna get suspended, and like I'm gonna get in trouble.
He's probably on your side.
And so I remember eventually I got to his office. And he's like, what happened? I was like, oh, he's picking on Ishmael. Well, why didn't you go talk to the yard duty? That's their job, is to get involved in that kind of stuff. I was like, I don't know. I didn't. And he's like, well, I can understand why you did that, but that's not your place. We have adults that's their job to handle this kind of stuff. So I'm going to suspend you for a day. I'm going to call your parents, let them know to come pick you up. And I was like, damn, all right. I remember getting picked up by my mom and my stepdad. What happened? You were defending somebody else? Yeah. All right, you're good. You know, and then I got suspended. It happened on a Thursday. I was suspended Friday, so I got a 3-day weekend out of it. So I was like, you know, it was pretty dope.
Same shit happened to me in, I think it was like 5th grade or something like that. But I saw some kid getting picked on. First thing I did, I fucking sprinted, bro. I ran. I fucking jumped on him. I threw him on the ground. So I was like, don't be fucking with him and this and that. Like, I don't know what I said verbatim, but I got suspended too and shit. And then they found out I was just like trying to help out this kid, you know what I mean? And they were like, yeah. They didn't care. It wasn't about that. It's not like I was fucking bullying anybody or anything like that.
It's like, but technically you were fighting, so we have to. Yeah. Even if it was for somebody else getting picked on, we get it. But you're in a fight, so we have to go to. You know, I get it.
Even the teachers though, they were like, "Fuck that kid," the other kid. You know what I mean? Like, why are you picking on him, dude? I hate that shit. Even still to this day, like,
it bugs the hell out of me.
I fucking hate bullies, bro. Even though like I never went through it, it's just I see it and it's just like. Man, fuck that. Like, I'll be the first one to stand up for somebody who's being bullied, man.
If the time ever comes where I'm a father, no, you're not going to sit there and pick fights. But if you see someone getting picked on, like, you don't stand for that shit either, you know, because there's a lot of bad people in the world, and it's people that actually choose to do something that changes things, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want them to be the kind of just, oh, let's just record the whole encounter while this person gets their brain stomped out, you know, and goes into a coma, and now they're a vegetable for the rest of their life. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what the shitty part about street fighting is, because everyone talks about like, oh, back in my day, we threw hands, we didn't shoot or stab people. It's like, yeah, but like today, even if you fight it's like a fight to the death, because they don't stop once you fall to the ground. They kick you. They stomp you out, you know what I'm saying? Then the homies get involved. You know, it's like... It
always gets out of hand. It never goes
It's never like, you get slept, you fall down, we're done. you want some more, nah, we're good.
Bro, cool. Even in the UFC, like, if the ref's not there to stop them, they'll keep fucking pounding on them,
Well, that's what they're trained, though, because they do that for a purpose.
But what I'm saying, though, is it's like, that's your primal instinct, you know, in most cases, and that's why it happens like that, dude. The adrenaline kicks in, and it's the situation gets out of hand really quickly.
I would say, well, for UFC, they're doing it because there's been times where they think the person's knocked out and they don't do anything, and the person gets back up. So they pound him till the ref stops you, so that way they know, you know, okay, this guy's knocked out. I don't have to worry about him coming back and taking over the fight, you know, because there's been instances where they'll stop, or they thought the guy tapped or he was good, and then they get to submission. They get put into a submission. But you rarely do you see the fighter, once the ref gets in between, them still trying to go after the person they just destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, but out in public, you know, like you said, they go back to that prime because they have no formal training. So they go back to that primal, I'm going to kill you, almost like, you know, instinct. And they sit there and stomp you out while you're already knocked out, you know?
That's why it's good just to learn to defend yourself. You know, honestly, that's like, because, dude, if I have kids, like, I'm going to put them in some type of, like, teach them how to defend themselves, you know what I mean? Because I think it's very, very important. That's your only option at that point if you're out here by yourself, you know? Because I roll solo pretty much everywhere I go, you know? I don't have anybody to back me up. So it's like, what am I going to do to combat that? Just be in the best shape I can be, you know?
There's that, and there's also my alternative. If you're able to carry a firearm concealed,
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I'm not gonna speak on that, but yeah, I mean that's a great option, CCW. But yeah, I mean it's fucked and it's crazy, dude. People are animals, but I agree. Like, please don't sit back and just watch somebody get bullied. If anybody's being bullied, like, please speak up. You know, I hate that shit, bro. I really hate it.
Yeah,
I start salivating at my mouth thinking I'm just putting a bully in his place. Like, it's very like satisfying to me to like, but also it's a good lesson for somebody to learn.
Remember that show, Bully Beatdown?
I was just gonna say that was a fucking dope show right there.
The guy that ran it, what is his name? Something Mayhem was a complete tool and sucked in UFC.
Yeah, but I like the show.
But I thought it was a good concept, like getting you think you're a badass, come fight a fighter.
GSP would be perfect on Bully Beatdown.
He's a great fighter, but I'm the champion. You know, so he.
Are you gonna watch the? Do you even want to see this? First of all, the Mayweather versus Logan Paul. I want to see it just because of the dynamics are so different.
I don't want to because I don't want to keep feeding into this monster that's going on. But I would love. And granted, I wanted nothing more than when he was still fighting as a professional fighter to lose. I couldn't stand him.
Oh, you don't like Mayweather?
No, I couldn't. I'm not saying he wasn't a great fighter. I'm just saying he talked a lot of trash. And to me, one of the things about contact sports like that and mixed martial arts is that you have to remain humble, and that's part of what they teach you. Like, hey, this is an art form. This is discipline. It's great workouts and stuff like that. You learn to defend yourself, but it's treat the sport with respect. And I feel when you start making in my opinion, a mockery of it, when you're sitting there trash talking and blah 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 and bad mouthing the other person and their family and their organization, whatever it might be, like you're going beyond what the sport teaches you. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted nothing more for him to lose, but I can't stand.
You can't stand either of them.
I hate. Is it Jake?
Logan Paul. Jake was the younger one.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't. Logan Paul doesn't really bother me.
It's
the younger brother.
Oh,
I can't. And he's the one starting all the trash with Mayweather.
You saw the video of him like taking his hat and everything.
Yeah. What are you doing fighting your brother's battles for?
Yeah.
Like his brother. Okay, we're gonna fight. I'll talk some shit. Like it's whatever. But you're over here. I'm gonna go talk to Mayweather on behalf of my big brother, and I'm gonna, So I hope he gets wrecked, bro. Honestly, so they can end this nonsense, bro.
I just don't think that he's just gonna get outboxed. Really, that's just what it comes down to. I mean, dude,
no, he's gonna get bro. That's like
New York Yankees.
That's like you.
T-ball.
Okay, remember that dude that you were? What was his name? Wiz Khalifa's producer,
Johnny Giuliano.
Okay. Remember how you were obsessed with him back when you first started making music?
Yeah.
That would be like him competing against you then in a beat competition.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys understand, you understand the fundamentals of how to make a song for the most part, but you're not going to have the decades of expertise that this guy, dude, 50s,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not going to be, if he doesn't get beat down, it's because Mayweather didn't want to beat him down. Mm-hmm. Like, if Mayweather were to go at him like any other fighter he's ever fought, it's going to be like punching a baby repeatedly in the face with big arms. Like,
this is why I want to see it, because I want to see what he's going to do, because we all know what he's capable of. And yeah, he's a world-class boxer. And this guy, like you said, nothing could replace those decades of experience and know-how and tricks of the trade, right? And when it comes to boxing. And the guy is just like on a whole nother level when it comes to like technically being a sound boxer. So I'm interested to see like, where the fuck is this gonna go? I mean, it could just be a big ass ploy for money. I'm
sure. I mean, that's what it's gonna be. The thing is, he doesn't do it as bad as his younger brother, but they both talk like they're these world renowned boxers. Like they've been doing this for years. Like, dude.
Well, we'll see, man.
There's always the fighters, the puncher's chance where you get that one punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what he's counting on, though. He wants to knock him out.
But it's like, you and how many other people has Mayweather fought that tried that same thing? De La Hoya, Canelo got destroyed by Mayweather.
Yeah, we're talking about the best fighters in the world trying to knock this guy out, and they couldn't do it.
I mean, granted, this was like over 10 years ago, so Canelo's a completely different fighter.
But still, though, you know,
but like he was still bounds and leaps better than where those two brothers are right now, currently. That's at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he gets
fucking wrecked.
I mean, bad, bro. And just so it can be like, look, you guys have fought a bunch of nobodies, and yet you're claiming that you guys are these great boxers. Let's bring you back down to where you belong.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You fought nobodies. You fought a retired basketball player that had no fight training whatsoever, and you think because you knocked him out, you're good. Okay, you got it was a clean punch, and you got on Ben Askren. You know? I was hoping Ben, but again, Ben looked like he rolled out of bed and was like, hey, do you want to fight today? Yeah, okay.
He drastically underestimated him, dude. You could tell he did.
But he made a lot of money out of it. And he even said before the fight, even if I get knocked out, I don't care. I'm making a lot of money and I go back to my life whether I win or not before this. So it doesn't really affect me.
It's a win-win for him.
So he didn't give a shit, which is why he looked like he didn't give a shit when he was weighing in. It looked like he was walking down the street and they needed someone to fight because the fighter didn't show up. And they said, hey, who wants to make 10 G's? I'm down for 10 G's. Hey, come take your shirt off and weigh in real quick. We'll see if we can get you to fit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what Ben Askren looked like that. And to the idiot's defense, he did land a nice looking punch it was mechanically sound.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you're a great fighter. Means you got a nice punch.
Either way, though, I can't wait to see. I don't know if you're going to watch it, but I'm trying to watch it. So
yeah, I'll be peeping it for sure.
Where are you going to watch it at? They'll probably work, huh?
Yeah, we'll find a little way.
If you don't watch it at work, let's fucking get together and watch it.
I will be at work that day, and definitely if it's on a Saturday.
I'll just go to your work then.
Sure. But yeah, it'd be a good fight to peep though.
Yeah, I want to say I'm really because all these YouTube boxing events, I've never seen one, and I don't think I've ever seen a Mayweather fight. So it'd be best to combine both worlds and just see what's gonna happen. You know?
Did you watch Canelo's last one?
I never know when these fights are happening.
Oh, dude, it was a good fight, bro. Good fight. I mean, it was like a good fight because the dude he was fighting, Saunders.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually putting him, like, he wasn't working him, but it wasn't like Canelo came through and then pieced him up for 8 rounds. Like, Canelo had a really strong, like, second round, but the guy was making Canelo work. Like, he was landing some punches. He was landing good punches, but they weren't having, like, a detrimental effect on Canelo. But point-wise, he was doing pretty damn well, you know? And then Canelo was just landing some heavy hits. And the 8th round, man, Canelo hit him. Like, Canelo's throwing this ugly uppercut, bro. And it's like, okay, he's just missing it. When this thing hits, it's gonna...
And he knocked him out. He did knock him out.
He broke the orbital socket. In that one punch, bro, because Canelo timed it perfectly, and the guy he dropped his head, was doing like a bob and weave. So he threw his punch, went low, and Canelo timed it perfectly. The punch was already coming through, so when his head went down, all it was glove to the freaking upper cheek area. And then you could see an instant change in his body mechanics. Like, oh crap, you can tell it hurt him like hell. And he was sitting there then covering up the whole time, and then Canelo just started walking him down like the Terminator, bro. And then after they went to the corners, Canelo's like, I think I broke his cheek. Like, yeah, he's like, I think he already knew that one punch is what did it. And his corner threw the towel in before the 9th round started. And I
thought he knocked him out.
No, well, technically it's a TKO, but they threw the towel in. And turns out like he broke. He had like 4. Apparently there's a crap load of bones that make up the orbital your socket. And like 4 of these bones broke in that one spot. And they're saying it could be a potentially a career-ending injury because if they don't treat it right, like you can sever the nerve or injure the nerve for the eye, all the muscles. If they don't catch it or do something right, like all the stuff that's in here could fall down into your nasal cavity. Yeah. No. So it's a pretty bad injury. But Canelo, like, dude, rocked his ass with that one, dude.
I just watched this YouTuber, and I forget his name. I'm sorry, but like, he injured himself very badly. He almost died, but it was in this area right here. And he had to have hella surgeries to correct it. They had to put Botox to make sure the eye doesn't sink back. And at one point, they did sever the retina, the nerve that connects the eye to the brain. So he was blind in that eye, and then they had to like reconnect it. And they were like, just imagine trying to sew together a piece of bubble gum. There's like that's how like fragile it is and everything. So like the surgery for that was like fucking months and months, dude. So I can see how that could be a career-ending type of injury, and it's nothing to mess with, dude. Like anything in your head.
Well, I guess because in this particular area, like I said, I think there's like 8 bones that make up your socket. You know, from the back of the skull to the top of the skull to this part here to this. It's a shitload of different bones in that one area. So they're like I was watching a YouTube video from this doctor. He does like sports medicine, and he was like, that's why injuries to this area it's not no trivial like, oh, it's a broken bone, no big deals, because there's so many components that if you break one, you might break another, and it's a very sensitive area, and it's a very terrible place to get an injury of that type. And so I guess we're talking about like it could be potentially a career ending for that guy that fought Canelo.
Wow.
And they were like saying like people are calling the guy a quitter, and it's like,
oh, come on, dude. What would you do if your face was smashed in?
Dude, like literally, because so the doctor, I watched the update version from that same doctor, updated video on his channel, and he was like, after looking back and knowing what we know now, you can actually see the indentation in his cheek. We just didn't know how bad the injury was, so it was something we overlooked, but you can actually see his cheek like pushed inward right here. Like,
then props to him, dude, for keeping on, He wanted to finish the fight.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do much then besides trying to basically...
Still, bro, like anybody else would just tap. Like, they wouldn't... I'm good.
So, he didn't call it. His corner did. He was just... I don't know if they really discussed what he was said, but the corner said he wasn't answering the questions I needed him to answer the way I needed to hit him to answer them for us to continue. So we threw the towel in.
Oh, wow. Well... So
he didn't quit. We called it.
Well, we're an hour in. I'm glad that we were on a lighter note on this one, because I dove a little deep in the last one, but it was good to change it up, play idiot Jeopardy, and have that laugh that we had. I like talking sports though too, man. I like talking everything. That's the beautiful thing about this platform. We could talk about whatever. There's no rules, man. There ain't no rules. There's just a little bit of structure here and there, but there's really no rules.
No rules.
So I'll wrap it up, man. I know you're tired, and I know you got to go to work in a while, which sucks.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get off what time?
6 a.m.
Yeah. So, and then you worked last night, right?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. So you got some rest then, huh?
Yeah, I got some decent rest.
Oh, I got 2 hours.
I got like 6, 7.
I want to do my weekly challenge. Real quick. I'm winding down too. I'm getting a little tired. So, for this weekly challenge, the PO3 Pathway Stigma Enigma weekly challenge, what I want you to do is, and this applies to me too, and I got a lot of debt to pay off here, is anytime that you curse, you have to do 1 push-up. Okay? Me and my fiance started this game, and I got a lot of push-ups to do. So she's been calling me out on them. Because right before I started this podcast, my mom, she called me and she was like, hey, stop cussing so much on the podcast. I was like, well, I'm going to end up owing you a lot of money. So, because it was 50 cents or a cuss word. Yeah, a quarter a cuss word. So for this weekly challenge, all I want you guys to do is hold yourself accountable. And for every time you curse, F-bomb, whatever you consider a curse in your dictionary, do 1 push-up. Or pull-up, but a push-up.
I'm going to be looking like Arnie in the 70s by next week if that's the case.
Yeah. So something simple and silly.
I cuss too much, and I really put forth a conscious effort not cussing while I'm here on in front of the camera. So
do I, but I
think I've been doing a good job. I've been kind of loosening up the last couple episodes, but yeah. Anywho.
But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. This is our second podcast today, so I'm spent. John is probably a little tired. I know he can keep going, but my memory card can't. So.
I gotta go see the lady before I go to work. So.
Oh, right on. So you're gonna be tired, man.
I'll be all right. Sleep when I get off work.
All right. Well, with that said, this has been another episode of the PO3 Podcast. If you enjoy the content here on this channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share if you got any value from this.
And do me a favor, hit that bell for notifications, please, so you can get updated when we put up a new one.
Please do. Please don't let all this be for nothing. Come on now. Help us out here.
Yeah, we have some good laughs.
But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, man. So it's been nice talking with you.
Yes, sir.
My name is Marcus Marks, and we'll catch you guys next Monday, 9 a.m.
We're out.
That's it. Have a good week.